Alola, welcome back after all this time to Bullshit Hour. I am your host, Sand Distress 83.
And I'm your co-host, Mango the 13th.
As we always say, welcome back to Bullshit Hour, the one place where you can be complete bullshits. Now, dude, you know how now we're on this topic. Pokemon Scarlet and Pokemon Violet. They've had a good success when you think about it. Many people bought the game Scarlet and Violet. People have been loving the new Pokemon, the new ideas, the new battle, the new mechanic, terrestrializing, the new type of Pokemon, being Paradox Pokemon, the new items, the new characters. But do you know what we're still missing for these games?
Downloadable content.
Or DLC for short. Now, here's a little fun trivia fact for you. Did you know that Scarlet and Sword and Shield were the first games to ever have DLC content? No other Pokemon games have ever had it.
That is actually something I knew.
And for a while, this may also shock you, or probably not. For a little while, Pokemon games were either getting a third rendition to them or remakes.
Yeah, I pretty much knew that.
And this all started back, but we're getting off topic. Here we're going to talk about now I want to talk about. Let's start with the basics. What could be featured? What do you think could be featured in this DLC for Scarlet and Violet?
Well, a lot of people theorize that it could be going to Kalos, considering how close it is, and the numerous amount of Kalos Pokemon being in the game. And while I think that's a good start, I don't think that's the only thing we'd be getting.
If we are getting DLC for Scarlet and Violet soon, I do hope that we can get Mega Evolution. And I'm not saying that we are getting DLC. We're not saying that it's guaranteed. All we're saying is there's the potential for DLC. We're not guaranteeing it, right?
Right.
There are only theories. We don't believe anything because most of them are just shit. But if there is DLC, I would love to see Mega Evolution, some old forms returning, plus some new Mega Evolutions. If you think about it.
Yeah, like if Mega Evolution were to return in a DLC, it would basically make sense for them to add more.
Yeah.
Though I would hope they would add them to Pokemon that don't need them.
I honestly, if we do get this DLC, if it's something that they're gonna make for us for the games eventually, that does include Mega Evolution, I hope that they decide to give it to the starters from that region.
Similar to how they did Dynamaxing for the starters of Galar.
Yeah. And don't forget Z moves for special Z moves for the starters of Alola. Remember?
Yeah, but those were built into the story regardless.
I mean, yeah. So was Mega Evolution. But no. You know what else I would love to see? This isn't for DLC purposes, but do you remember the partner Pokemon you get in Let's Go?
You mean the Pikachu and Eevee that you
get? They're very rare and special ones.
Yeah.
They're very special. They get to wear clothes. No other Pikachu and Eevee can do that.
Oh, so you're saying, what if they added a mechanic where you can give Pokemon clothes?
No, bring them over.
Oh, that was going to be my second guess.
But the clothing idea would be cool.
It would, but it would only work on the more humanoid Pokemon.
But now back on topic. What do we, if there is to be DLC, what could we expect other than, a potential trip to Kalos or a Mega Evolution? What do you think we could get other than more Pokemon?
I think that's pretty much it, because honestly, one thing that a lot of people would want to see is more Paradox Pokemon.
Oh yeah, imagine a Paradox version of Charizard.
Or show some love to Castform and give him, or her, or whatever.
Them.
Just Castform. Give it either more forms or Paradox forms.
Or how about that? If it gets a paradox form, combine all four of its its main forms into one Pokemon.
That would probably be a Scarlet form and not a Violet one.
Oh no, I'm thinking no. Hear me out. Depending on your game, you use two forms for it. Depending on what you get, the one depending on your game. Now, what forms do we got for a cast form?
We have Sun, Rain, and Hail.
So so basically it's got a normal form, a ice form, a fire form, and what was the last one? No, water form.
Yep.
What if for Scarlet you got its in its water and fire paradox form, but for Scarlet for Violet you got a water and ice, or normal and ice.
Not a bad idea there. I hadn't thought of that.
Because remember, it wouldn't be the first time Pokemon types that are weak to each other, that are weaker to the other one, would have been used. Remember, there have been Pokemon recently, a couple of Pokemon that are literally a type that's stronger against their second type. Remember, there's from Kalos, there's the mythical Pokemon Volcanion, who's a water and fire type. We have a couple water and grass type Pokemon from Hoenn. And don't forget, there's literally a Pokemon from Paldea that's a fire and grass type.
Don't forget Poison and Ground.
Oh yeah, wait. Oh yeah. And don't forget, there's literally oh my god, wait. And there's literally a dragon ice type group.
And how about Electric Flying?
Exactly, I have one of those actually on my team.
I have restarted Violet, and yeah, I have one too.
Okay, hear me out. If we were to get DLC, if it's a thing, what if we were able to meet the playable characters from X and Y?
Why would we want to meet Caleb and Serena?
No, hear me out. When they're older.
Again, why would we want to meet them?
How often let me ask you a better question. How often do you play a Pokemon game where the main character finally gets to meet and battle with the main character from a different collection of Pokemon games?
I mean,
think about it.
Not since
Johto.
Not since Johto, yeah.
It's been a long time. We need another one like that.
I mean, you could technically count the two weirdos that appear in Sun and
Moon. Who? Red and Blue?
No, I wasn't talking about them specifically. The two from X and Y. Not.
Oh yeah, I forgot what their names are.
Me too.
I remember the girl is Cinna. Sinnoh and Dexio.
You'll have to entertain people for a minute. I'm getting something.
Cool. So, guys, another thing I would like to see, if we are getting DLC, is the idea, more clothes, more Pokemon, more paradoxes, new characters, the ability to travel to Kalos. No Mega Evolution, of course, obviously, because that was where Mega Evolution first started. But there another thing I would really love to see is more story, some new Pokemon that haven't been made yet, that no one knows about yet, like some new forms for other Pokemon, like new Paldean forms, for example. Like maybe like a Paldean Raichu. I don't know, like Paldean forms for the 3 Kalos starters, for example, would be when they're fully evolved would be nice, honestly. And on top of that, you have to remember, Paldea did not been around this long for very long, but still been very successful as every other region. I think it's more than earned some DLC. Now, guys, if you have any DLC ideas for Scarlet and Violet, if that you would love to possibly see in the game, let us know in the chat right now, because we are here. Because it's not here's the deal. The fact that another game could be receiving DLC, it's cool enough as it is. It'd be even cooler if they mention it somewhere else, like in the next Pokemon Presents. Which you guys know, if it's coming up very soon this month, I'm definitely going to stay tuned in for that, because I'm very excited. I get to learn more about the games, and you got to remember, when it comes to battling, I enjoy it. I love playing the games. I've been playing the game since I was a little kid. But back on topic. Another idea for a DLC idea for them would be, what's a good one? Oh, I got one. A new area to discover. Like how in Sword and Shield, you got two pieces of DLC content that took place in two different parts of Galar. One being in a different island of the Isle of Armor, and another in a all snowy biome in the Galar region. We need something more like that. Some new characters. Because here's the deal: I feel like when it comes to DLC, especially in games like Pokemon, you need to remember you need to remember the key important factors for a good downloadable content. The characters, the Pokemon, the locations, the scenery, the items, everything. If you're missing even one important detail, no one's gonna want it. Oh God. Ooh. What if we got people from Paseo to show up? That would be really fun because, okay, it's possible. Now I have a weird theory in my head that the main character plus Lear, Rachel Sawyer, that deck, your other rival from Paseo plus his little friend might all be from that region. So imagine just seeing them all there. Ooh. I'm also very excited to be doing this because the last time we got good content for a Pokemon game was, in Sword and Shield. That was fun. For Scarlet and Violet, I really don't know. Wait. I think another good, decent enough idea for DLC content for the games would be a new place to battle. Like how like how in every Pokemon game there's gonna be like a specific location you can go to like I guess put your skills to the test. See if you can clear the entire place yourself and get like as proof of it. We need something like that. Sure, like how in Galar we have the battle tower, how in Alola we got the battle tree, the battle royal dome, stuff like that. But I'm still thinking we should be able to, for this idea, if we are getting content, it's a big if, we should go to Kalos. See all the characters and all that stuff. Be able to catch more Pokemon there, You know, it would be a lot of fun. Also, I hope you guys are excited. We're getting a new studio. It's still being kind of set up. It will, take a little time to get stuff properly put in and set up. But when it's ready, it will be worth every bit of it. Oh, God. Now, also, guys, comment down below, for those of you who are watching this right now, whether it's live right now or after this stream is over, if you have any ideas for content that they can download, let me know. Let them know in the comment section down below. Because the more ideas we get, the better we get. And the more happier we all are. Because, ooh, wait. Did a light bulb just happen? I feel like if we are getting content, we shouldn't be able to just go to Kalos. I think we should be able to go to every region. Or at least, if just Kalos, at the very least, add some areas to the region that weren't seeable, that you couldn't go to in the X and Y Pokemon games. Oh, God. I don't know. Okay. Well, since my co-host isn't here, we are going to end this off here. I'm sorry to cut it short, but yeah, I have a lot to do. So as always, thank you for tuning in to this episode of Bullshit Hour. I am your host, Sand Distress 83, and that earlier ago was my co-host, Mango the 13th. And as always, we will see you next time on Bullshit Hour. And before we go, don't forget to subscribe to this channel, as well as Mango the 13th, and to our new channel, Wolfpack Studios, which will soon be changed to Wolfpack Productions. Till then, see y'all next time on Bullshit Hour. Bye, guys.